Oh, not that one. Let's not do that option. Oh, go away. Hello. Let's see. Let's make sure you can see us. See our sign. Yes, we're ready. We think this is going to work. Let me back up. Hi. We're going to have to get in close because we can't read the words.
Hello.
Good morning.
Are you ready for the Texture Series?
Even
Hi.
Jackson's excited.
We're all excited. Say hi, Helen. It's a very big show.
Yes, we are going to talk all about the Texture Series.
I basically feel like the world is kind of exploding right now. It's
Yes. They're all here.
All four. What?
We're so silly.
That was the sound of the world colliding. Oh my god. Whoa is right.
A little bit of middle
all
chair.
here.
A little bit of sketchy.
This is the emoji.
I know. A
They're all
little bit of
here. Let's just take a moment.
Granted, it's not an actual thing.
Just take a moment.
So, no, it's not here.
Just take a moment. Sketchy.
Hi, baby. Ow, you're clawing my face off.
We just needed
Close enough to kiss.
a moment of quiet awe
Yes.
for everything that's happening right now. So we're breaking our traditional format for
Yes.
today, for this big, huge, momentous occasion.
We're going all Texture Series.
And we're going all Texture Series all the time. They deserve it.
Yes.
They needed a full show.
They absolutely do.
Top billing, for sure. So, what we have done is created our Texture Series ranking chart. Angelin challenged us to get possibly geekier.
Yes,
so
we
managed. We figured,
We're getting geekier.
no problem. You want charts? Geeky numbers? You got it.
We deliver.
So this is of course subjective. This is
Yes.
Natasha's and my our opinion of the ranking system on these different categories for each of our lovely Texture Series wraps.
So I think we're going to talk about them individually,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about them, how they compare to each other.
Oh, and we should give some shout outs because this amazing collaboration of Texture Series wraps didn't happen just from Natasha and I.
No, it sure didn't.
We had some of our friends, our lovely Pavo T friends, come together in Texture Series love to talk more talking nerdy DR. So Anna.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Loves it.
Thank you, Anna.
Kathy. We love you. Thank you. Hearts. Thank you. So many hearts. Okay, so first up, we are going to talk about the first released Texture Series, Static. Static is up first.
Yes.
So, Natasha, you want to take over, start with Static?
I will talk about Static a little bit. Anna dropped this off to me. I let her fondle a middle chair, and she got to try Garden Nuptial, which we'll be talking about next week.
It's a solid payoff.
Yes.
There. Not too shabby.
So,
Kathy didn't get angry.
here you go. So I have to bribe my child to stay back there. So this actually, let's get up close. She said there are pulls on this. She loves on this wrap. She doesn't baby it because it's her favorite. So this is, it has more of an even texture across it than some of the other ones that we've seen. We're going to talk about these on the little chart, but Static we have here. We're going to talk about it in reference to itself. Static, we're giving it a 3. 1 is dry, soapy is 5. So it's somewhere in the middle. Nice middle of the road wrap. Jackson, not while I'm talking, man.
Wraps are good stuff.
And then solid versus stretch. And so I will show you. We give it a little pull here. See how there's not much give coming across here? So not that much stretch. We're going to give it a 2. We're going to say it's solid, more towards solid. Number The third thing, we have grip versus glide. We're giving it a 3. We're going to say it's more glidey because the texture is even, and Anna's static is so broken in, so that probably has something to do with it. Look at that teaching rail, people. So good. And then we went with flat versus texture, and we're defining texture as what you can feel when you rub your hand across it. So this has more of a micro texture to it, and so we're giving it a 2. We're going to say it's more toward flat than textured when you run your hand across it. And so that is static. I know, right? That's good teaching rail. There's the wrong side. Although there is no wrong side, it's the other side. And there's the right side. So that is static.
It's really beautiful. It feels so nice.
It does.
This
is so
floppy.
broken
It's
in.
so broken in.
Nice work, Anna. She really loves it.
Solid work, Anna. Impressed.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for sharing.
Next up,
Sketchy.
my soulmate.
It's our love. We're
love
a
of
little
my
sketchy
life.
bias.
We have Slight Bias, which is part, these were released in 2014. So in May, June, and July of 2014, and then of course Middle Chair was just released. So
Exactly.
Helen gets very excited when we talk about Sketchy. Yes, you do. She's eating, so ignore the mess. Sketchy is the love of my life, also the love of Natasha's life. And which is part of why we had to make this chart, because otherwise we were like, we're going to be so biased because Sketchy. But they all are really phenomenal in their own ways. And I think, you know, sometimes, Helen loves you too. Sometimes I think, you know, we sometimes lump texture series together. They're so drastically different. They're all incredibly different and have such different wrapping qualities. So we wanted to kind of highlight that. So Sketchy on dry to soapy. We both feel like Sketchy because of these kind of larger negative spaces that we get has a much more soapy feel than the other texture series wraps. So we ranked Sketchy a 4 on the dry to soapy scale. We ranked Sketchy a 3 on solid to stretch, kind of middle of the road. So, sorry, let me get a better angle there. So kind of diagonal stretch, you can see we feel like it has a little bit more than static. And it has a really nice kind of stretch. It's a really nice chest pass in a double hammock. Grip to glide. We changed our mind. We changed our mind on this. We started with a 3, but then we discussed, we wrapped, we conversed, and we bumped it up. Bumped it up to a 4. Moving on up. We feel like, again, the negative spaces that you get here gives really nice glide. Is Sketchy pull prone? Yeah, it is. You've got these larger negative spaces, which mean bigger floats. I think often, not always, but often those larger floats add to the soapy feeling, that soapy quality. And that, of course, is going to make it more pull prone. But
ooh, yes, we like negative space.
Ooh. But obviously, I feel like pulls, meh, so worth it.
Yeah, just comes along with it.
So worth it.
Even Helen's like, meh.
Helen's like, pulls, what you gonna do? Who cares?
Fix them. Don't fix them. Whatever.
Fix them. Don't fix them. It doesn't matter, because like once you get Sketchy, you're never gonna sell it. It's gonna stay forever. So whatever.
I know Helen's getting, what is this, pancake all over the back of Sketchy right now?
Yeah, I can't get worked over pulls. I don't have time for that. All right, so flat versus texture. We went middle of the road. This is hard because it's like, as I said to Natasha, well, which part of Sketchy are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because it's got such a different, texture than any of the others. In some areas, like here, it's got so much grip, where we have this sketchy quality of Sketchy. I think of it as kind of these charcoal gestural lines, which are so nice. And then other areas are so smooth and almost completely flat. So we went middle of the road because we're averaging those two together to create a number 3.
All wraps eventually find their way home.
They all do. They all find their way home. Me? Like Sketchy? Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
We just have a little bit of feel towards Sketchy. Just a little bit.
Yes.
All right, who's up next? Oh, Lofi.
Lo-fi.
Lofi, let's bring it in.
You're talking lo-fi too.
Yeah, we can talk Lofi together here.
Shout out to Kathy once again.
Shout out to Kathy. Lofi, I will say, on like level of wraps that surprised me when they visited, Lofi is right up there. I kind of like had no real expectations for Lofi that much. It blew me away at first wrap.
It's pretty good.
I really love how it wraps. It actually, there's something about it that kind of reminds me about Sparkleberry a little bit. When you wrap with it.
It is.
I mean, it's so different, but the wrapped feeling reminds me of Sparkleberry a little bit. It's really wonderful. It's really great. I know. You did tell me. It's really good. It's a good wrap. All right, so Lofi.
Let's go.
Dry versus soapy. What did we give it, Natasha?
A 3.
You're such a good fan. Wait.
I know.
I know this is annoying that I'm bouncing, but it's better than the child screaming. So here we are. Sorry, we're reading your comments.
We're trying
too.
to read and talk and
love
think.
the grip of Lofi. It really is like Velcro. Although I expected it to be. I heard so many people say that, and I expected it to be more difficult to wrap with. It's not. It's really enjoyable to wrap with.
Yeah, you can get a good chest pass in this.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like you're wrestling with it. I don't think at all. Okay, so we're giving it middle of the road to dry versus soapy. It's so different feeling. It's because it's got so much texture.
Yeah, it does.
We struggle a little bit with dry versus soapy at this, but we went middle of the road. 3.
Yes.
Solid versus stretch. We're gonna give it a tie with Sketchy for stretch.
3. We're gonna stretch. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, nice stretch. No, it doesn't require wrestling. Nice stretch. So we go number 3 for stretch. And then for grip versus glide, we're gonna go towards the grip scale.
Yes.
With a number 2.
Because of all of this that is happening, people.
So, like we talked about, static having more of a micro texture.
Yes.
Lo-fi is a macro.
It's in your
texture.
face.
It's like bam, texture. Hey. All right. Flat versus texture. So again, grip being, like Natasha said, how you feel when you do that kind of second pass, how much it's kind of tugging on itself versus feel in hand.
Yes. So texture, rub your hand across it, what you feel. That's what we're talking about when we say texture.
A lot.
Not everybody means that.
Number 4. Lots.
Lots and lots.
Lots
We're going
and
with
lots of
4,
texture.
but somebody scored higher. I should probably go get it.
Yes. Dun dun dun. I audibly gasped when Natasha pulled out middle chair. I was like, take your breath away.
People.
Whoa.
People. Yes, higher than lo-fi. People, look at this wrong side.
It is.
I'm usually not
stunning.
team wrong side, but I really like the reverse side.
I don't know. I love the right side too, though. The
They're both so good.
contrast.
And that black. Look at that black pack.
Wow.
Look how black that is, people.
Oh.
We're not seeing that in the.
It has so much detail. I mean, man, it is gorgeous.
Let's see. It's very bright. I'm trying to get. So hard to get that. You can like turn it this way and see just bumps and bumps and bumps. Uh-oh, Jaxon.
It's really gorgeous.
Okay, so let's talk about.
So I haven't wrapped with middle chair yet, so Natasha
Yes.
had to go solo on this ranking.
We're gonna talk about it. So middle chair, dry versus soapy, we're giving it a 2. I should note that, this is new. This is not broken in, so we don't know if some of this is gonna change, but it is definitely on the drier side right now. So maybe it'll get a little bit more soapy as you break it in, but it's pretty dry. I love a good dry wrap. And then we're going solid versus stretch. This one gets a 4, people. Hold on. Let me get it up there. Look at that.
Whoa!
Do you know what that means? That means it's gonna hug your body. And then grip versus glide, we're giving this one a 1. There is so much texture in here that this thing is just gripping itself. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna try and do a quick rebozo knot so you can see. That's like my favorite. If you do like a little slip knot, and then you can see it move up and down. Really tells you the good. My comparison of this is like a Tomy and like all of the texture series had a baby. That's what this thing is. Look how tiny this knot is.
I really love that comparison because there's something about the weave that feels very crepey, like a Tomy does.
Yes.
It has that kind of crepey weave, that crepey texture.
Why are you throwing these?
But more even than a Tomy.
Free for all. My child is eating fruit snacks off the floor. Okay, where was I at? Oh, it is a good knot, right? And then flat versus texture. This one gets a 5. So much texture. This is easily and by far the most textured of the texture series. And when we say texture, like we say, we mean rub your hand across it and see what you feel. And there's so much going on in this wrap. So much.
It is a really nice, it feels so different on the right side and the wrong side too, which is
It does. And I talked about that a little bit when I was unboxing. How this feels different than this. So good. It probably is going to tame down a little bit, but I think it's always going to have a nice bit of grip. I mean, look at that knot. I'm a fan of a big fat knot, but let me tell you, this thing right here is rocking my world. Did I? No, I didn't iron. I don't iron texture series. Nobody has time for that.
Except I do love to iron.
Not texture series.
I hate ironing.
But not texture
I do love
series.
to,
I don't like the iron texture series.
No, I don't think I iron Sketchy. I like Sketchy to have a little oomph.
A little oomph.
He doesn't like to be tamed.
Yeah.
He likes to
Just hang out.
We know you like to iron, Angela. We like
to watch you iron. Oh, how it would be a little bit tame probably after you iron it.
Oh, sorry, I was reading a question. Yeah, it'll tame it down a little bit, give it a little bit less, grip, smooth it out a little bit.
She's out. She pancaked herself to sleep.
Success on air. Now we can go on forever.
Yeah,
I hope you guys have nothing else to do the rest of the day. Helen's asleep. Keep going.
This is the wrong side, and this feels smoother. Not smooth because it is a texture series, but smoother. It's like
I'm just gonna rub Natasha's back.
It's like two different wraps actually. This has a lot more texture, and then this side because of the negative space, which is so bright because we're right here by the window.
It's gonna get those nice.
They want a close up of sleeping Helen, who still has a little itty bit of pancake in her hand.
Granola bar. We moved on to granola bar now.
Yeah, she fell asleep eating.
She looks like a mess.
So yeah, are there any specific questions that we have about any of the texture series that we didn't answer in our wonderful chart?
We see lots of questions on TPS to compare them. This is your chance. They're all here.
Yes.
What would you like us to do besides rub our faces in them? They're so beautiful. I really think one of the really nice things, what size is your middle chair?
4.
And all the rest, of course, were
middle chair are sketchy. They're so different. The answer is both.
Both. Always both. They always try and make us choose. And
we're
both.
not. It's not going to happen.
All the wraps.
Buy all the wraps.
All the wraps.
Did I try granite? No, I didn't try granite.
I really
getting your hopes up around granite, people.
Focus on the amazingness that is noir. You're always moving on to the next thing.
I know, right?
We're on noir. It's amazing.
We're on MC Hammer.
But I mean, that said,
I'll
take granite.
We're not gonna give up on it.
We'll take it.
How Lo-Fi reminds you of Sparkleberry.
I mean, maybe this is just my thing. Other people might disagree. I think when in hand, it feels totally different. But I think when wrapped, you get that same, I think it's a similar kind of weight, I would say, pretty like medium thick. And then I think when wrapped, it's that really solid supportive bounce. Like it's, would it be similar density? Yeah, I kind of think so. honestly. I think that, yes, warm hug, Angela, that's such a good way to put it. It's like a thick, supportive hug.
Yes.
It's a different kind of, I mean, like an apogee port gives you a hug, but it's very different. It's like a thin, kind of ace bandagey hug, whereas Lofi and Sparkleberry, it's like
a big bear hug.
Healthy bear hug.
Yes.
Which is how I like to be hugged. I don't like to be hugged that often unless it's by a big bear. Strong hug, yes, agreed. And I think that they both kind of have that quality. I also think they have the same kind of grip when you're. I've never wrapped with frost.
It's been a while since I had frost, so
I need to.
I can't really remember.
I
had it in a short size, so I didn't really do like chest pass. So that's kind of how I determine if it's really giving me a hug. So
you need a chest pass.
Yeah, I need a chest pass.
Well, maybe we should put frost on our list because we're getting really good suggestions from people on things that we need to start featuring on the show.
Yeah.
And Illusion was a good suggestion. That's going to be coming up in a future show, and I think Frost just nominated itself.
Frost is hanging out at my house as a ring sling. So
hanging out here.
Just hanging. Reps like to hang with me.
Natasha has all the reps, so just hanging out.
Someone's offering to send it to us. We'll take all the wraps.
Send them all. Look at Ellen's little hands.
I know. She
Hang
got
on.
so much credit.
There was something else. Oh, I was just gonna make a comment too on the right versus wrong sides of
Look how much darker.
Of Sketchy and Middle Chair, which I think are really nice. Thanks. So right side of Sketchy, wrong side of Middle Chair, and then let's look at the wrong side. Middle Chair is so much darker.
Yes. We're talking about this a little bit at TPS.
Such deeper, richer black versus the kind of silvery gray.
And this one is a little. I feel like this is the darker of the other
Agreed.
ones. So there we go.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's interesting how different the. I think on camera the white threads are looking really different in these two, but they don't actually close up. I think on camera. On camera, Middle Chair is showing up warmer and Lofi looks cooler, but if I look at them in natural light together, they actually look very similar. I think it's just showing up differently.
Let me go grab.
I think that gives you a really nice texture comparison. And we'll compare Static up here.
Static.
More drapey than Lofi. Middle Chair, I would say yes. Yeah, let's do this side. Yeah, Static has that kind of grayer. Keep holding that up. That grayer feel, like Sketchy does.
Yeah.
I want everyone to remember this last 30 seconds of GPS when you say we're not geeky enough. Because Natasha and I are just.
This is a whole another level.
We're just holding
of being
up
geeky.
wraps.
We're holding up wrap tails for you people.
We can do this all day.
That's the crazy part is
Middle Chair looks like this.
What makes them the series? Are they all woven the same thread? They are. It's kind of the aesthetic of these wraps. All of them. She screenshotted to share. Okay. Yeah, I think it's aesthetics, and the ladies. The mavens, as we call them, can kind of let us know if we're wrong on this. But my view is that it's aesthetics. Yes, they were all originally chairs at the Oreo mill. But they all have this wonderful texture. Look at that, people.
There they all are.
Middle chair.
If you just joined at an epic moment of them all
Yes, hold on.
coming together.
I dropped it. No, I need it back.
So beautiful.
Okay.
Gosh.
Look at that, people.
Kind of amazing. It would be a pretty dining set, except I would never be able to eat spaghetti again.
I know, right? No, you can't eat on this.
You can hear them, right? The angels singing. You can. Yeah, I know. I can hear them too. It's amazing. I don't get speechless very often.
I know.
But I'm at a loss.
It's really good. Okay.
So beautiful. Any other questions? Oh, someone asked thickness versus thinness of them.
Okay.
And we didn't respond to that.
Well, let's talk about that.
I would say
I'm gonna start.
thickest. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna start with thin, and I feel like this is the thinnest because
Is it thinner than static?
Yeah, I feel like it is because they used the new finer yarn, so it's thinner.
And I would think it would maybe feel in hand even thinner as it breaks in.
Yes.
As the weave kind of. Yeah.
Can I take pictures? Okay, I didn't bring my camera, so I'm gonna have to abscond with Lofi in order to get real pictures for you people.
We'll have to get permission from Kathy.
I know, so we'll have to see.
I don't know if Natasha's trustworthy.
We'll have to ask Kathy.
Pictures would need to happen. So thinnest, middle chair. Second thinnest, static. Third, sketchy. Fourth, Lofi.
Granted.
Okay.
Okay.
Other questions besides thickness or thinness? Anything that we didn't talk about?
Don't eat Helen's pancake.
Helen's discarded. Any other thoughts, questions? Yeah, I know. I kind of told myself that middle chair was like, Jane, you don't need all the wraps. Relax. You've got Sketchy. He's your love. No one's going to compete with him. And while all that is true, then I saw middle chair and I was like, oh, I need it.
Which is why I got middle chair and a floor.
You think Sketchy's thinner than static? That's interesting. What do you think, Natasha? You think Sketchy's thinner?
No. They're very close.
I think they're very close.
Very close.
But, you know, our opinions are subjective.
And it just depends.
But
this is a very broken in static.
I think the Sketch is pretty broken in.
Sketch is pretty good too.
Yeah. Very close, yeah. Any other questions? This is my favorite part of Sketchy.
I know, this
is my favorite part. The big square.
The square.
Yeah, the square is so good.
Our favorite.
The negative space makes, yeah, I mean, Sketchy is just really hard to judge on all of these factors because it changes so much throughout the wrap. In some areas, it's so different.
You can never stop by.
Tell your son that he needs to watch more Helen and Jaxon show.
What's stretch like for each? This is our stretch category. 1 is solid, 5 is stretch, middle chair.
Middle chair, highest stretch.
Then Sketchy and Lofi, then static. Our handy little chart.
Any other questions? Thoughts?
Just want to see us play peekaboo with wraps. We've officially lost it, people.
Oh.
You won't hear that. Will you post the chart on TBS, please? Yes.
On it.
Done.
Yes. And we would love to, it'll be interesting to see other people's thoughts on our chart because I'm sure there'll be some discussion and other opinions on ranking. So I'll be looking forward to see that. It'll be interesting. Okay, perfect.
So, we had a big show today.
What's next week, Natasha?
We have a big show next week. Oh, should we sneak peek?
Oh, I think we need a sneak peek because if you think we broke the internet today, you've seen nothing. Nothing.
This guy. You can't even see it. It's too much light.
Oh, this is my first glimpse.
Garden nuptial. Whoa, no S.
Oh.
And Acanthus will be here with us next week.
It's impossible for it to become more epic than that. I never thought I would even have the chance to touch Garden Nuptial. And it's here right before my eyes. It's so creamy looking.
It just freaking glows, people. Someone says they're driving down. Come on in.
Yeah, come on
We
down.
always welcome guests on the Helen and Jaxon
We
show.
do. Oh my gosh.
Next week.
Wow.
See you next week, people. Look at
With
how bright
Acanthus.
that is. Woo.
With Acanthus.
With Acanthus. It's happening.
The two together.
What is on you? Get off.
Oh, we can, we'll talk about Garden Nuptial story next week.
Yes.
Yeah, next week.
It's the Pavo that was but never was.
Yeah.
That we're all going to cry about. You want to be we need a studio audience, man.
We do need a studio audience. We should have like some canned laughter. Like.
Yes. We need that.
Applause. Okay, yeah, so next week we'll talk all about Garden Nuptial. We'll talk about the story. We'll do geeky comparisons to a campus. Tune in. It's going to be epic.
See you next week.
Bye.